Hey, what's up all you bridge builders? Today we have a deck that is as simple as it is powerful. We have taken out all the bells and whistles. We just have a straight up Archaludon deck. No Banette, no Pidgeot, no Revavroom, no Dialga, nothing to worry about here. We just got a 4-4 line of Duraludon, Archaludon, swinging hard with Metal Defender for 220, absorbing those big hits. The strategy of this deck comes around using Professor Turo and Scoop Up Cyclone to reset our Archaludon after it's taken some damage in order to get a fresh one out and deny our opponent prizes. Now, there are some instances where we want to keep our damaged Archaludon in play, and that's where Relicanth, Memory Dive, Raging Hammer comes in, and there's an excellent example of that in our first game today, so stay tuned. On top of that, we have 4 bosses orders, so that we're always swinging into the targets we want with Metal Defender. 220 takes out Fez, it takes out Latias, it takes out Mew, it takes out Squawkabilly, it takes out Lumineon. A ton of awesome 2 prize supporters that we can target down with our bosses orders. Professor's Research is kind of our main draw engine of the game, so don't be afraid to discard cards with that in Squawkabilly. And then we've also got Radiant Greninja here as well to help us out, as well as 4 copies of Jamming Tower, so we are always in stadium superiority with this build. It feels really, really good to control that aspect of the game. But that's enough yapping. Let's get straight into the gameplay so we can see how this deck works. My name's Nurse Jared, and I'll be your gameplay nurse today. Okay, so because this is a stage 1 deck that's going to want to start swinging as soon as possible, you will always want to go first. There is never a world where you want to go second while you're playing this version of Archaludon. So that works out pretty well for us because a lot of decks want to go second these days, so we'll get what we want more often than we won't. And look at that, we started with an Duraludon, so let's get that Mama Jama up into the active. And we'll see what our opponent turns before we decide if we want to bench this Iron Bundle or not. Now, not a lot else going on with our hand right now. We're going to really hope to top deck some kind of ball search. Starting off 3 Night Stretchers is not ideal. Got a Pokégear, so might be able to get a supporter out next turn. But, you know, for now, we'll just pray. Ideally, turn 1, we would get like if we had a bad hand, we would get our Squawkabilly out. We'd squawk and see 6 more cards. We have kind of 2 goals. We want to get preferably 2 Duraludons down into the field. And we would like to get 2 energy into the discard for our Archaludon's Assemble Alloy move. So that's kind of our turn 1 priorities. Weren't able to do any of that right now because we didn't have any ball search or anything like that. But we'll see what we can get swinging into our next turn. All is not lost because we can still get 2 energy into the discard. We do have a Duraludon down, so we can still evolve into an Archaludon. We'll just have to attach 1 from hand, so we need to see next turn 3 energy. We need to get 2 of them into the discard and attach 1 for turn, and also see an Archaludon. So kind of a tall order. Hopefully we'll hit something good off the top deck, hit a Professor's Research off of the Pokégear, and then we'll be rocking and rolling after that. But let's see what Mr. Lost Zone has in store for their first turn. Not sure what's going on over here with this Combee. Have not yet encountered that in Lost Box. So maybe this guy's cooking up something new. Maybe this is just something old that's returning from the past. I don't know. We'll find out. Lost Box, of course, is rotating out in April, but people are still doing pretty well with it these days. I think it will have a solid place in the meta until it no longer exists. I've attempted to pilot it quite a few times. I feel like I got semi-comfortable with the deck, but I didn't like the endless decision making. It was a bit too taxing. I like, you know, a little bit straightforward, little bridgey boy. Just boom, 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 evolve. If you take too big of a hit, you Turo back up, and then you get swinging again. Okay, Ultra Ball, not too bad. I could Pokégear first, because we might have to Ultra Ball for Lumineon if we don't get what we want. Oh, okay. Didn't get nothing. Alright. This is fine. Okay, we still got the Lumineon. You know, I don't think we really have much of a choice here. You don't want to bench the Lumineon unless you have to, and I think in this case we have to, just to keep this game rolling. So we'll grab a Professor's Research off this, and then just rip that. Know that we're out of Night Stretchers this game. We're out of luck. Just not having a good time. Okay, so we're going to Nest Ball for Greninja. And then we're going to Concealed Cards, and it's going to give us an Earthen Vessel. Watch this. Okay. Not exactly an Earthen Vessel. So we don't have enough energy to attack with Archaludon this turn. I think keeping that in mind, I'm going to Hyper Blower just to make them work for flower selecting a little bit harder. Force them to spend a retreat cost or use a switch item in order to get that online for themselves. And let's just attach per turn, and let's just evolve while we can, because either way we're going to need another energy next turn, so waiting to get 2 in the discard's not really going to do anything for us. Could have saved the hammer in for 30, but again, it's just not really doing much. Don't have... this is my last Night Stretcher in the deck. Trying to decide if I want to Ultra Ball for another Duraludon, and I think I will, just to kind of get it on the bench, ready to go. And then if we don't get Iono'd, we'll just research again next turn. And yeah, we'll pass there. See what they end up doing. How many cards they got in the Lost Zone? They got 3, so close to a cram attack, although that's not going to do anything for them because all of our benched Pokemon are out of range of the 110 damage that cram can do. We might see what this evolves into and how that plays out. Vespiquen, there we go. Okay, what are we dealing with here? Heal 60 from one of your Pokemon. Put 3 damage counters on each of your opponent's benched Pokemon that has any damaged counters on it. So I wonder if that's kind of going to be in combo with Sableye. 3 damage counters on each. Doesn't... I don't know. Oh, with Monkey. And okay, Iono. Nice. That's actually pretty good for us. Hopefully we'll see some more energy. Perfect. Okay. We're happy with that, so we can attach, boss, kill Latios. So yeah, they're really kind of hoping to do some spread damage there. How are they going to get damage to themselves for Monkey, though? That's what I'm not seeing yet, because I'm not going to leave anything with damage on it. So I'm not seeing the point of the Monkey. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out for sure. Let's Vessel. Get an energy out of here. Grab 2 more. Let's Concealed Cards. Okay, not too bad. So there's a bug in live right now where if I were to evolve this onto the bench, the energy would glitch out, and after timing out 30 seconds later, it would just go straight onto the active. So I can't evolve my bench to Duraludon right now, which is not something you want to do all the time anyways. A lot of times it's safer to just sit on it, especially if you're facing a fire deck, so keep that in mind. But that's why I'm not evolving the bench right now, just so you're aware. And then let's just kill this Latios. So that's kind of the bummer that's happening on live right now. You can get around it as long as you're only evolving, or as long as the Pokemon that you want the energy to go to is in your active slot, because then you just have to wait out the clock. Otherwise, like if you wanted to evolve to move energy onto a Dialga, which this deck doesn't play Dialga, you're just kind of SOL at this point. There's really not much. You would have to have the Dialga in the active already, and then evolve from your bench, and then it would get moved on that way. But hopefully they'll fix it. We'll be patient for now. It's only been 3 days. So we'll just keep waiting. Okay. Really curious to see what they're cooking here. So obviously they'll be able to do the 200 damage, which is fine, because then we can show off how Relicanth works, and we'll take a counter knockout with that. But they have no way of moving damage to any of our benched Pokemon. They don't have like a Frostlass or anything, so I don't really know. I don't really get it. I guess they're just skipping that second part of the attack, but then why use Vespiquen at all? You know, there's better, like Dragapult's a better attacker that does 200 and does consistent spread damage. Like, what are we doing here? I don't know. I should probably stop speculating. Okay, Latios is back. That's good. Okay. So this is nice though, because I can show off why Relicanth is in the deck. So let's go ahead and how many energy do we have left? We got 2 in the discard. Let's just Ultra Ball, Jamming, and Metal. Okay. And then Relicanth lets us use our previous evolution's attacks. So we're going to be looking at Raging Hammer, which does 10 more for each damage counter on this Pokemon. There's 200, so it does 200 plus the base 80. So we're going to be swinging for 280 here, which is going to be very nice. Do I want to Iono them? I kind of don't hate that, actually. I don't need any of these other cards right now, although I kind of want to keep... I have an Archaludon in hand. And instead of Ionoing myself down to 4, I have consistency for next turn. So, okay, so we're just going to make sure that we scroll down to the right attack, Raging Hammer, and then bing bang to boom, 280 damage. This works really well against Dragapult too, because Dragapult will hit you for 200 damage. You're doing 280 with Relicanth with Raging Hammer, and then you use Black Belt Training to do an extra 40, so now you're hitting for 320, and you're knocking out Dragapult before they even know what the crap is going on. So that's kind of that tech there. Makes that matchup pretty good for us. And it's not too hard to hit, right? If you're playing Dragapult, just hold on to like a Nest Ball or an Ultra Ball, get ready to bench Relicanth. You probably don't want to bench Relicanth too early, because then they could just sprinkle damage on it, knock it out after a little bit. But you Relicanth, you Black Belt, you Raging Hammer, and then you got no more Dragapult to worry about. You get? Makes it pretty nice. Okay, and now we just got a boss target with the Fezandipiti. Have they used a supporter yet? Nope. Hopefully we don't get Iono'd. I really wanted to see what the plan was, right, with the Vespiquen. If you guys have played that version of Lost Box before, let me know in the comments, because I really have like just no clue how they were planning on getting spread damage onto my bench, or if that's even part of the goal. But if it's not part of the goal, like, why are you playing Vespiquen? Like, there's so many other attackers like Tina or Pikachu that go in the Lost Box engine that just, you know? So let me know, because I'm confused right now. It might just be like a really bad matchup against Archaludon, and that's why I'm not seeing it, but I would love to be enlightened. Still waiting for them to do whatever they're gonna do. If we don't get Iono'd, simple to just evolve. If they like spit on us, okay. Well, that's a good game. We will catch y'all in the next one. GG, Jacob. Alright, this is our first turn. Hand is... it's not the best. So I'm going to be taking a look here. Hoping to find a Squawk. Because I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to Squawk and Seize here. Need to get a bit more damage into the discard. I want to get another Duraludon down. Because there's a high... we're playing against a Dragapult deck. I know that because of Mulligan. So there's a high chance we could get Bedewed. So really important to do as much of my setup as possible on this turn and just get ready to go before we potentially get item locked here. Bedewed does not affect Archaludon too much. It's actually kind of nice because we got Hammer In, which we can just, you know, kill it in one turn. But even still, you want to set yourself up for as much success as possible. So we are going to do exactly that. I don't want a Pal Pad, a research, and an Iono. So I think we are good to go here. I'm going to hold off on benching that Duraludon just right now. Okay, I like it. I think either way, I would have been fine if I had benched it versus not. You know, I'm just trying to kind of limit some of the spread damage that I take. That way, when I evolve into Archaludon, they're a bit fresher. But if I had benched it, honestly, it's not like they're going to Dragapult me this turn, possibly not even next turn, so it's not too big of a worry. The other thing you kind of have to think about is that Duraludon does have a 2 retreat cost. So if you don't have a lot of energy in your discard and you're not going to be able to evolve into Archaludon to get 2 energy onto it really quickly, you could end up getting a Duraludon trapped in the active, and your opponent could use that against you to stall out until they're in a better position. So something to be mindful of as well when you're thinking about, should I bench this Duraludon or not? So just kind of keep that rolling in the back of your head as we wait and see what our opponents got going on. Probably doesn't seem like they had a Buddy Buddy, so I'm going to guess Buddy Buddy Rescue. Yep. Beautiful. They'll get a couple more Dreepies out, and then if they have it in hand, we may see a TM Evo, Energy, that sort of situation. Otherwise, they'll just have to wait to slow roll. That's not where I was expecting the rescue board to go. But I guess that makes sense. Interesting. Rescue board, typically you want to attach it when you need it, right? Or if you're going to like Iono, kind of get rid of your hand, that sort of situation. Because if I wanted to stall here, I would just bring up this one. This one can't pay their tree cost, it can't rescue board. So, I mean, that's my way of thinking at least. I'm sure they had their own reasoning. I'm not trying to question them, but just something to keep in mind if you're deciding whether or not to rescue board. Okay, hopefully we get an Archaludon off of this. Ugh. That's less good. That is less good. Okay. Go there. We have energy, so I'm going to feel comfortable benching that now. And that's a bummer that we didn't get to evolve attack this turn. So we'll just hammer in. Not much else we can do. Sometimes the cards just be like that. I'd like to thank everyone that has become a recent subscriber lately, as well as all of the people that have been here for a while. We're really starting to hit some strides with this channel. We are zeroing in on 1,000 subscribers. I would love to hit that in the next week or two. So if you're not subscribed, let's make that push towards 1,000. I think that's going to be a really awesome goal to hit. If you have any questions, or if there's something that I haven't clarified for you in this video, please leave a comment down below. I am very, very active in the comment section of these videos. I love answering questions and just kind of shooting ideas off of each other down there. So feel free to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. Back to the game now. I need an Archaludon still. I have 5 energy, yep, in the discard. So I'm just going to attach this one here. And then I think I'll Pal Pad, get these 2 back, and I'm just going to have to hit the research, which is a bummer. It means we're not going to be able to see the black belt play in this game, but I really don't have a choice. I guess, oh, I could have just swung with Raging Hammer again. Should have thought about that. But you live and you learn. So I will... Actually, but this will be okay. Because I can... Iron Bundle? Is that doing anything for me? No, I'll save that. I want to bench it. Because it's a really good play to get Dragapult out of the active if we need to. and then I will hit the Archaludon, and I will see you guys in 30 seconds after this times out. So this is what it looks like now. It just freezes here, and then you have to wait for the timeout before it attaches to active. So I'll see you guys in 30 seconds. All right, we're finally here. So now the energy just gets auto attached to the active, and we can swing. Which I think if I could do a redo there, I might consider not researching and instead just taking the knockout with the hammer in. Downside to that is we may have gotten Iono'd and may have drawn into a worse hand, so this kind of ensures the consistency and the concede. All right, going second this game. So we do have access to a supporter, which is pretty good because we don't got a lot else going on in our hand. Let's see if we can't hit a research, because I'd prefer, there we go, to not Iono them when they only have 2 cards. So let us rip this research now. See what else we got going on. We got the Scoop. We got, let's see, probably this. I don't think I want to hit Squawk. Did I get any energy? No, I got 1, 2. Squawk when I have Cyclone and Boss in hand really doesn't feel great. Especially, I've already discarded 1 stretcher. Yeah, I just don't love it. I think I'm gonna need the Cyclone this game. So I just don't want to hit the Billy at this point in time. So I think we'll just chill. Just get the Duraludon down. That might come back to bite us, but I'm still feeling like it's the best move right now. I could Ultra Ball for another Duraludon. I don't have Radiant Greninja in deck, which is unfortunate. Looks like it's in the prizes. But I think I want to wait and see. And that'll be best, because we might need to have that Ultra Ball for an Archaludon, depending on where we end up. Or possibly a Lumineon if we don't have enough. Okay, we do have enough energy. So we can retreat. There. We can Ultra Ball. Grab that away and then get our Arch. And we are good to go there. Now, Cornerstone stance. Prevent all damage from attacks to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have an ability. Archaludon has an ability. I should have saved one of those in my hand. That's okay, we'll just Night Stretcher for it. If I was thinking a little bit harder there, I would have Ultra Balled away the Jamming Tower instead. I was too busy thinking about Cornerstone. So what we can do, if we Hyper Blower, they're just going to push up Slitherwing, and we'll take a 1-prizer, which, you know, not what we love. So we'll just save that for later, because we have Boss for now. And let's just kill this Latios. Take away their free retreat, right? And hopefully we'll draw something good off of our prizes, because we're looking a little scarce in the hand right now. It's okay. It's okay. Because their plan, they're just going to keep pushing up or Cornerstone, because they know we can't hit it with Archaludon. So our plan, and this is why we run 4 bosses in the deck, is to just keep bossing around it. We'll keep pulling up things like that. And then we'll use Hyper Blower if we get absolutely stuck. Okay, so Pokégear, I'm going to use Earthen Vessel first, because that's going to get energy out of my deck, which will increase our chances to have a solid Pokégear here. So 2 less cards that our Pokégear will fizzle on, and then we hit that, and we still fizzle anyways. And that's just how it be going sometimes. So now we'll Hyper Blower, because we don't have a boss in hand. And this will give us at least 1 prize card once they push up like the Slitherwing or something. Nice thing about Iron Bundle is that we can still Night Stretcher it back and then use it again. Okay, not exactly something that's going to help us there. Was really hoping for Radiant Greninja. So we might be stuck in top deck hell for a little bit here. Hope for a boss. But they're not really doing much either, so, you know, even though we can't really do much with the Fezandipiti, we will just... Shoot, well, we'll just pass here. I kind of want to bench this, although I don't see them... I don't mean... They could do like a... I'm going to bench this just so we don't get knocked out and immediately lose the game here. That's the only reason I'm benching the Fezandipiti. Because I think even if we lose this Archaludon, we still have a pretty good chance of winning this one. So I don't want to see that happen. That would be sad. So we're going to top deck a boss here. Okay, nope, not quite what we wanted. Okay. We will just go ahead and do a couple more passes. Eventually we're going to get a boss, right? Or a Night Stretcher. Night Stretcher would actually be pretty sick right now too. Okay, not entirely what we needed. Cannot put Lumineon onto our bench with a Nest Ball, so if you weren't aware of that, please be aware of that. Very important thing to know. And then we'll just pass again. See what they're waiting to top deck. This is some exciting stuff right here. All right, they got something going. Oh, okay. Watch out, here comes some energy. We're gonna see some dancing. Okay. They got an energy switch too, so they can start using Demolish. That would be crazy. Nope. Okay, but they're one turn away. So, you know, watch out. All right, here we go. Lumineon. Yes, I would like to use Luminous Sign, thank you. I'll grab a boss. We'll boss. We are going to scoop up our Lumineon. Can possibly play that again next turn for another boss. And then we'll just Metal Defender. Oh, yeah, let's just finish this off too. Why not? I was manually attaching just in case I got really stuck and we need to start Cruel Arrowing there. Not like an optimal thing at all, but you know, you gotta play all your outs. Okay, watch out. We might get demolished this turn. We've got the Duraludon, so even if they get the Raging Bolt in the active and they rip 5 energies to kill our Archaludon, we just move, evolve. Okay, so remember, this is why I said they might trap your Duraludon, so you always want to make sure that you have a way. Oh, we have no energy. We didn't have a way. Okay, okay, what do we do here? We're panicking. We got Squawkabilly. Shouldn't have done... I mean, I had no way of discarding that energy anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If we Lumineon for Turo, that's not going to help because then he just there and then we're just stuck passing again. We could research. Hope to hit something. I think we can research safely here. Darn, I really wanted a Night Stretcher. Okay, we'll just hammer in here. Okay. Next turn, we can... We got 2 Night Stretchers left. What are we top decking here? Not very helpful. Still have 0 energy. Could Iono ourselves down to 1, but I don't really love that idea for some reason. Evolving does nothing. Gonna Ultra Ball here. I could research and just hope that we hit. Let's see. How many? I should have looked through the deck there. If I hit a Night Stretcher or an Earthen Vessel, then I would have to hit both or 2 Night Stretchers. Or I just wait. Is it safer to just wait? I think it's safer because of how many cards we have left. I think it's safer to just wait. Because if I researched and hit an Earthen Vessel and a Night Stretcher, then I could attach, retreat, Hyper Blower, but then they could push the Raging Bolt and then start this over again if they have like another counter catcher. So, but then I would have 2 in the discard, and I could have Archaludon up that way. Hopefully they'll just take the knockout here. That is fine. I'm not weak to fighting. Why would they? Okay, well, GG. So yeah, I think holding off on the research was the correct move there. Playing it just a little bit safer because we didn't have any urgency. Like, we were fine to just kind of wait it out a little bit. Only thing that would have really got us would have been an Iono.